Hello and welcome back to my channel, and I'm back in your good graces. I thank you so much for tuning in and watching. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about two things on my way home from dropping off my husband's phone way over here where I didn't want to drive. But I guess I was being cooperative now. Anyways, today I want to talk about fake Hoteps, and I want to talk about beta males. I think I can fit both of these into one video because they kind of relate to each other. And I'm going to show you how. Guys, I decided I'm gonna give you a little background, a little insight and information about fake Hoteps as well as beta males. So when it comes down to fake Hoteps, preach a lot of stuff about, the black woman is God. They come trying to uplift women. They might say things about black people to kind of make us feel a little bit better and uplift, who we are. They're really deep into so-called consciousness, but what you will find about a lot of these brothers is they read a book where they had connections to some type of knowledge through a teacher or some type of mentor, but they don't have any real credentials or anything. They may have gotten that knowledge from a book as well. But they internalized it. You know how you can read a book and you can be like, oh, that's that person's perspective. That's not my perspective. But you can examine it. Well, they actually read the book and they internalized that perspective, and now they're claiming it as their own, okay? So that's another telltale sign about Hoteps. Another thing about Hoteps is, I feel like they use a certain appeal to make people like them, buy into their message. It's really a feel-good type of thing, kind of like prosperity preaching. But what you will find is that everything that they're preaching about, all of that stuff is only in word. It is not in deed, okay? Number one thing about these men is they try to persuade you and make you think that they have the right way now, okay? And so if you kind of don't agree with that or you go against that, they gonna come down hard on you. They come down hard on me because I'm a witch and a psychic medium. They tell me I shouldn't be talking to the dead and all this type of stuff. Honey, I don't care, So I tend to kind of bump heads with those types of individuals. Another thing is that they don't expect you to question their knowledge. And me, I will question that shit. Not only will I question that shit, but if I hear them say, oh, I got this from this book, I will purposely waste my money on that book just to see if they're fucking lying, okay? Now, one thing I did that with young Pharaoh, because I heard some of the things he was saying, and he was contradicting himself sometimes. But I did hear him say he got this information from this book. I forgot what the name of the book is. I just looked at it too about an hour ago. But I went straight to Half Price Books and I bought that book. Yes, the hell I did. And one thing I found out, he said that came from that book, came from that book. So my first, I feel things, but I got confirmation on that because I had already felt something. And so, I realized he doesn't really expect black people to read these books or to go out and buy these books. So he's actually making a mockery, out of who we are as a people, while at the same time presenting some type of, basically saying, uplifting the people. Okay, so it's contradictory. Another thing is when it comes to women, they're uplifting women. But these guys usually have or are using that stance to appeal to women. And so you will find out that they're very misogynistic and they're very predatory, when it comes to women. I'm sure we've seen that. We've seen that all over the internet, how that's turned out. That's the type of attitude that I'm talking about. Because, maybe at first they started coming from a place of knowledge, but then they just began to feel entitled, okay? And so they took advantage of their status. They took advantage of the fact that people trusted them. They took advantage of the fact that, people would not question them, okay? This is what you gotta really be careful of when it comes to people becoming leaders and rising to power. Power can easily be misused, okay? So how does this relate to beta males? How does this relate to that? I think this relates in a way because they know that women want to, exchange empathy with men. And so they understand how to emulate that, but it's not real. So if you attracted one of these men, at first it's going to seem like they're cool. You guys got everything in common, all of this stuff, and it's getting dark. So, but it's going to seem like you guys have all of this stuff in common. But then later on down the line, after they found out what your weaknesses are, and they understand, where you're flawed, or where you need direction or guidance, they will take advantage of those standpoints and use those against you. So in all actuality, they're not really a beta male. Like, they're not in touch with their emotions at all, okay? Not in a good way, not in a bad way. So they're not beta males. Beta males are usually, they're in touch with their emotions, whether it be in a way where they find it hard to express, or whether it be in a way like they're more intuitional. They understand about, precognition, psychic gifts, okay? So they're probably an intuitive or a psychic or a medium of some kind, and they've expanded their perception or their consciousness, okay? Usually their emotional body or their sacral chakra, when we have a womb, that chakra is very much in control for them. They can expand that chakra and whatnot. But Hoteps are not beta males. Beta males are predatory, and they seek to bring people under their subjection, okay? So that's basically all I'll say about that subject. If you like this video, make sure you click the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. It's getting dark. Bye.